right back into the meat of it. Got myself trapped a little, but played around it. First try of the day. And hey, if you consider my last run of yesterday, that's technically 2 in a row then. And then it's back down to 0. There. God, Gypsum, it knows. You may not know yourself, but understand that Twitch knows you in its ad choices. Listen, it just wants you to be prepared for when you might have to, right? Although my question for a wedding ring is pretty simple. Why the hell would you ever want an ad for it? It's like I always, growing up, I remember seeing, like, when I watched TV more, I remember seeing K Jewelers ads a lot. And I was like, a thought that just crossed my mind was like, why would you ever need to see an ad for that? Because, like, say I get married someday, and then I think buy a wedding ring, okay? Let's assume this will happen. If I need to go buy a wedding ring, I'm gonna go buy one. I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to go get a ring? Cool, let's go buy one. I'm not seeing an ad and being like, oh, I should go get a ring. Like, me watching it as is not gonna make me be like, oh, I should go get married so I can go buy this ring. Also, that's one. Like, the market for wedding rings, as far as I feel, is pretty simple. You're either in the market for one or you're not. Right? And I feel like if you're in the market for one, you're gonna go out of your way, go get you the ring, and boom. Then suddenly, you're not in the market for one. I don't know, but whoever's their sales team must deem it's worth something enough to keep it going, to, like, advertise for it, so who am I to say? I have to sneeze. Oh, I barely muted him. Doesn't count? Yeah, I mean, I had a girlfriend when I was like 6. I turned my mic down back, so... There, okay, there we go. This is long. Last time I had a girlfriend was when I was 6. And does that count? I don't think so. Now, I did apparently say I was going to marry her back then, but... that was... 16 years ago. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get married, like, that might happen at some point, but, like, even for someone who has optimism about, like, yeah, I might get married someday. If I'm going to go buy a ring, I'm going to, like, be like, oh, shit, I need to go buy a ring. Let me go find where the local place that I can go buy a wedding ring is, and then go get one. Oh, I'm not going to be like, damn, this ad. Ooh, I should go get a wedding ring right now. To be fair, I like to treat a lot of ads as, like, personal attacks against me. Like, if I see an ad for something, I specifically want to make sure I never buy that thing, if I can avoid it. What, I just got an ad for a restaurant? Guess I'm not going there for the next month. There's just something about it. I don't know, because, like, I wouldn't call myself a romantic or anything. But, like, I don't have a strong romantic desire. Like, sure, it's thoughts that happen, like, but again, I have not been on a date, nor have I had a girlfriend since I was 6, which doesn't count, so never. In fact, it's kind of a, not necessarily the thing I'm proud about saying, but like, this was also several years ago, but I did turn down a girl once. But I don't think it's because of, like, my lack of wanting a relationship deep within me or something. It's just, like, when that happened, I was, like, 15. I was like, I'm not I'm not in the mood for this. I'm not in a position for this. It's like, even nowadays, I'm like, I mean, if the opportunity comes along for something, like, I'm not, like, opposed to it directly, but, like, I'm not looking for anything. Right? Like, I'm a very busy person. I don't have time for that right now. I wake up at 7, I get home from work, I go to work at 7 in the morning, I get home, like 3:34-ish, I shower, I take care of things, and then boom, I'm streaming. I get done streaming, and then I make food, I hang around for 30 minutes, and then go to bed. And that's not me complaining about my life, I like it. No, there are some, like, weekends are sort of an exception, but, like, yeah, well, it's like, for a long... Yeah, absolutely, dense also helps a lot. I can relate to that one a lot, Gypso. I feel like I feel like that's a big thing. Like, especially in, like, the middle school and high school setting, one thing that has always existed, and I'm gonna have people that give me shit for this because I am not the most social person, and by not the most, I mean very much not. And as someone who does not engage in relationships, or has not ever, I'll get crap from people for, oh, well, who are you to talk because you've never been. Relationship. The problem is when you get to that point of, like, middle school, high school, and even to college, like, relationships are almost seen as like a, what is it? Like it's a status. It's a social status that people have at the time. Or it's just like, it's, you know, it's acting in the moment. And that's not necessarily terrible, but there's a big difference between teenage dating and, like, adult dating, right? And I think that gets overblown by people's experiences in, you know, middle school, high school, and college. And people realizing, hey, maybe, and, like, I feel like the culture is slowly adjusting to the point where it's like, people realizing, hey, I don't need to be in a relationship. I can just move on. I can just, like, you know, maybe I'll find someone someday, right? Maybe that'll happen, but, like, I don't need to rush anything, right? Like, I'll say for myself, it's like, do I want to get married someday? Sure, probably. But that's such a broad thing to, like, say. Like, turns out, people don't know this, situations are situational. Like, it'll happen, or it doesn't. But I think the worst thing you can do is be desperate. I think that's the worst thing on the market. I think that is the most dangerous thing I've seen people do. Like, wanting to be in a relationship, wanting a girlfriend and or boyfriend, you know, is not, like, wrong, per se. I just think desperation, yeah, like, I hate the term incel, because it's used so loosely nowadays. Is that 2 in a row, or is that just 1 in a row? I don't even remember. I just kind of played. Also, yeah, I don't think it's teenagers being morons, but because adults engage in this wildly a lot. Listen, Gypsum. Let me tell you a story, okay? So, my dad and I on Thursday, okay, we I don't hang out with him too much. I'm on my own, but on Thursday for lunch, he and I usually get lunch together, okay? And sometimes the rest of my family's around, we go together, but he and I always get lunch on Thursdays. And we always go to the same place. It's a nostalgic place for him. It's a nostalgic place for me. So we go there every Thursday, and it's not there anymore. But there was a good period of time where there was, you know, I know a lot of the people that work there. I've seen them plenty, and you know they usually say hi because we're there every week, and it's really funny because there's this chick that apparently worked there, and my dad commented it to some of my friends at one point, who eventually mentioned it to me. Now, this was after she had left to stop working there, but there are many instances where she, where, you know, I don't pay attention to this type of thing. I'm not like looking for that there, but very, very much I could look back as flirtatious in many ways. But it's like, you know, you don't see it sometimes. People who self-identify as an incel are doing it for attention. You don't say that otherwise, right? Like, why would you say that? Like, you say it because you want to fit some archetype. Like, good grief. Like, you don't have to make... Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. Yeah. You don't have to make garb... Like, I'm an incel. No, you're a person who just doesn't get it. It's just shy. Fucking bullshit. I'm gonna get worked up over this whole thing. But it is nice having a conversation point. I think a lot of the like self-identifying as an incel really comes down to the fact that there's some notion out there, and it's really heavy in high school, like public high school. It's really just like seeping there, I feel, and it exists I think a lot in college too, and to an extent in middle school. But like, you have to be in a relationship. Like, it's such a status thing, and there's some weird, like, ugly notion that, like, you need, you know, if you get too old, it's like, you have no hope anymore. Which is a ridiculous notion. But it's one that exists, and people find themselves getting desperate because you look, and, you know, who are all the popular people, per se? They're usually people, you know, in relationships, people in this type of sphere. And then you look at your lonesome ass. I'm not using you to single out people, I'm just saying you broadly. And then you start to think maybe there's what's wrong with me. Your relationships, and to an extent, with regards with that, I hate to say it, but sex as well. It's like, I'm not talking like identified sex, I'm talking about like the actual act of it. Is, you know, it's... The good news, I feel, is it's becoming less of... Oh, that was just awful. I feel like it's becoming less of a thing people are taking strong value in like that. I may be mistaken. Maybe it's just me and the people I'm around. As I say, desperation is the number one cause for problems when it comes down to relationships and everything. It's like, people get desperate, and people who are desperate, who A, don't get anything, are the ones who are, if people get dangerous, those are them. But second of all, it's like, some people get desperate and look for relationships, and they get in them, but like, I feel like that's the most, like, risky type of relationship, because if you're in it just for the sake of being in it, you're not looking for a good result. It's like, you can wait patiently and then have your time and still get things. Like, I mean, I have an aunt. She didn't get married till mid to late 30s, I feel. Mid-30s, I think. I don't know exactly how old she was till she got married. But, like, she didn't get married till she was, like, 36 or something. And that's nowhere near past... That's perfectly fine. That's not saying you have to get married, but, like, it's like... My favorite concept is people are like, I'm 19, I've never had a girlfriend, my life is over. There's no hope for me. Now, I've been a self-brooder at times myself, so it's like I'm not immune to anything. Like, I used to be more spiteful, but... But even then, after having to deal with my parents' messy situation, left me not the most optimistic to relationships as a whole, but I still have I think, a solid view of them. But it's like... It's like, it's a weird concept, you know, sometimes, but, like, different people are different. It's kind of weird. Like, no two people are the same, and I know it's a weird concept to some people, but, like, just because someone likes X thing and, like, appreciates X thing and looks to do something and, you know, prioritizes this and has certain values, it's like, you're never going to find two people that are the same in everything. You find people that are similar, very similar, but no one's ever going to think the exact same. It also gets off weirdly because there's a lot of, you know, there are a lot of guys out there because guys tend to, no, not always, of course, but they tend to be the more, oh gosh, what's a word I can use without sounding wrong? I don't know, you know, guys tend to, I would argue, be the, gosh, I hate to say it, but the quote-unquote hornier people, right? Like, they tend to look for sex more. And so to a lot of women, it's like, a lot of girls, especially those who experience those people, because those people are the ones looking for relationships the most, I feel. Especially at a younger age. It's like, the concept of, you know, not everyone's like that, you know, sometimes gets lost to people. Crazy, I know, but... Well, that's always one thing, you know. Some people may call it wrong or something to assume this type of thing, but like, my rule of the internet since I was like 12 and I first probably like 13, and I first actually ever like engaged with the internet is rule 1: assume everyone's a guy until proven otherwise. Now, there's some variations you can make to that rule, but, like, you know, I'm here playing Touhou, or, like, in the past, I'm playing Dota. It's like, just play into that assumption, and don't be weird. Like, why are you engaging with people online and, like, getting the assumption that they're... You know, it's not that, like, it's wrong to assume someone might be a female, but it's, like, getting that into your head and then, like, making that an important topic. It's like... Listen, unless you're on some frickin'... Unless you're looking for some, like, Craigslist shit. Like, Jess, what the fuck are you doing?
No, actually, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna find my true gamer girl for myself. Yay!
Romance stories are nice, but damn, you have to have a very careful outlook if you don't want romance, like, stories to negatively impact your perception of reality. It's the cliche thing, but you have to be heavily under the notion that Hollywood-style romance isn't really a thing. And you can say that, and, like, some people are like, oh, duh, you know, everyone knows that, but, like, a lot of people don't really... Listen, there's a difference between saying something and actually acting it out. And I'm not immune to, you know, failing to practice what I preach at times. Like, I'm not perfect. But, like, there's a lot of that. Well, I think there's people that, you know, there are people who are innately more attractive for whatever reason, you know, to people as a whole. And that's not, you know, that's just how it is. It's pretty obvious. Like, I mean, I can perceive this myself. I am someone who's not into guys. But, like, I can look at two different dudes and be like, yeah, one of them is pretty obviously more attractive than the other. Like, and so there are the people that are going to fit this archetype of being seen as more attractive. And if you're in that archetype, some people are gonna see as, you know, being in relate. Let's go back to the concept of high school dating for a second. Right? You know, there's usually, I hate, it's such a gut, visceral reaction to use these words. Just understand, I use them with a bit of salt, but, like, you know, it's like, there's, like, the pretty girls. It's like, there's a level of, like, oh, you're dating this person, but if you're dating that person, that's where there's a level of, you know, it's the football jock thing, right? You know, it's like, oh, you want to be the captain of the football team, or soccer team, you know, if you want to talk about foreign sports. Yeah, I use football as an American football, but of course there's football as everywhere else. Or this guy's the smartest guy in school. This person, you know, did X still. And some people are deemed as, you know, mysterious and attractive in certain ways. Completely unaware to whoever may have that bill. I mean, there's been instances in the past where I've looked back on a situation and been like, was she trying to hit on me? Without me in the moment, like, having any idea to it. But I've never been in a relationship. A large part of that is I'm very the term? Words are not easy. Was that 2 in a row? Or is that like 3? I don't even know. I'm very cautious when it comes to relationships, because I've very much seen the consequences of not. And so I tend to be very cautious with the whole thing. Which was a big reason that's probably led me to not having ever dated anybody, but like... You know, if I find someone with my cautiousness, then congrats. I feel like I'm in a better position, but if not, then, you know, it's better than the downside. One thing you learn if you take a step back is that teen love's the most overrated thing in the world. It's not real love. It can be. It can build into something, but it is a very dangerous thing. I'll read your comment in a minute. But from here playing Touhou, I should actually like try to play Touhou. Uh-oh. Woo-wee. Gosh, that was sketchy. The COVID area, that's a fair one. Hey, 11. That's another thing. You know, love versus lust, that's a big thing. Yeah, I took 1 semester in college. I spent my last semester of high school and then my first semester of college during the COVID area, which also did stuff. If I'm Sona character, you should have gotten here. You should have been here 10 minutes ago. Maybe not, who knows. Talk about the ridiculous antics of some people in the whole dating scene in the world. And how desperation is a leading cause for problems in relationships and the whole such thing. And how there are some people that just aren't as, you know, desperate for relationships as others. Crazy how that might work. And that's kind of the whole detail of it. And some people are potentially talking about people who are interested in them while not being necessarily interested in the vice versa. And that's mostly caught up. Okay, that's cool. I always did see that avatar used on Twitch, and you've used on Discord, and I was curious where that came from. I wasn't sure if that was something you made, or if that's just a different character. So I use an icon in Twitch, as pretty obviously seen. One that, well, I didn't make. I had a friend of mine make it for me, just for the sake of not using anything else from other people and just having something that I can identify to me. But on Discord I've used that Ginpic for like 3-4 years. Probably 3 years at this point. I can recognize Senran Kagura. I don't know much about it. Besides the very basics. But I've never gotten into it myself. Woohoo! Although, as I've said before, I'm just not a big fighting game person. Is that 4 in a row? 5. I'll go back to the middle. Oh, I actually have to try hard. And that usually doesn't go well. Here comes 11, horny posting as usual. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if I want to know what that thing is. But to end the conversation from earlier, it's basically just follow 2 simple things. Don't be desperate in life, and don't assume that everyone else is interested. And you can avoid a large amount of problems that could come up otherwise. And that's not saying if you are interested, like, you know, look around. You know, if that's your thing, look around. You should. But if you aren't successful, don't force the issue. Just take a step back and better yourself as a person. No! I'm gonna break my microphone in half! If you never interact with people, you'll never have people problems? That's a fair point. Yeah, here I am streaming. I'm upset. I'm gonna blame 11 for that one. My point exactly. Speaking of new stuff, I do need a new headset soon. At some point, I gotta sit down and actually order one. I'm too lazy. Why did I think that was a good idea? Can't get 5 in a row. I get so many 4 in a rows. I've gotten like 2 or 3 4 in a rows. Nah. No, hold on, I'm paranoid right now. Let me go look at this. Yeah, organ drafting, that's a good way to get the money. That was 1. And 2. Hold on. Did I die to this non? 1. That's 2. Was that actually 5 in a row? I think that was actually 5 in a row. Hey! I think. I glanced through those to make sure. I think that was 5 in a row. I was kind of like lost in the middle of that because I was just kind of like talking. So I wasn't paying the utmost attention, but I think that was actually 5 in a row. And if not, then I'm just going to pretend that it was. It's not the 6 in a row that I had in the past, but I'm not looking for 6 in a row. Like that'd be cool, but like that's not what I'm after. Oh, yeah, I got 9 in a row on Lily White, like back on Thursday or Friday. I hate this non. Yeah, the consistency argument is a weird one. Because Alice's consistency issues really just come from her first non and her last spell. Which do have some consistency issues, don't get me wrong, but what the fuck was that garbage? Yeah, do anything else besides running. There's a reason I went back to doing Alice practice, and that was because running in place, which is what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks until Thursday. So I realized that I've completely forgotten how to fight Alice. And then I went back to it, and now I remember how to fight Alice. No, that's not true. I mean, the reality is, am I good enough that I could get the run? Yes. Is there practice I can do to get myself better and make that more likely? Yes. That's why I rehopped on that whole Alice grind. I mean, you can clearly see the result of the Alice grind. So I was off for 3 days. I got back and I forgot how to fight against Alice and other bosses, but most notably just Alice. Yeah, really just Alice. I make a return where, over the course of about a week and a half, I get like a 5 miss as my best run. But I really don't get shit for runs. I sit down, I dedicate myself to my grind, I remember exactly what I'm doing, and literally the very next run was a 3 miss. Which is better than anything I've done in the past week and a half before that. But I'm back to being very happy on Alice. I might dedicate a little bit of time to Lily White, but I don't know how much time I can dedicate to Lily White, to be all honesty. Like, I had a 9 in a row on Lily White. It's like, sure, she can give you bad RNG, but you can't get bad... Like, you're not going to get perfect RNG 9 times in a row. Like, 9 in a row, I'm fairly content with Lily White. And the reality is, on Yomu, I'm pretty happy with Yomu. Like, all 4 of her spells, I could use maybe a little bit more on. But her second and third spell, unless I find myself choking to them a bunch at some point, I'm not sitting down on those 2 spells. I feel pretty good with them. HGS is just kind of like a slow amount of effort put into it. Because of the nature of HGS, right? Like, it's so varied. That's difficult to get, like, true practice. But there is still a lot that you can do to it. And her final frustrated me for a while, because I couldn't find anything to do to it. But then, it was like a week ago, I suddenly found myself a lot more happy with what I'm doing to her final. So now I just kind of want to, like, consistency that a bit more. So I might spend a bit of time on that. Spam definitely could use a little bit of practice. By a little bit, I mean it could use a lot bit. I probably won't give it a lot bit, I'll probably give it a little bit. And then, Yuko's Yuko is, a big suspect. Because I know what to do, broadly speaking, but I'm not as good as I should be. I'm not bad, I'm solid, but I'm not as good as I should. But practicing Yuko is difficult, because she is the most boring boss to practice in this game. Fortunately, her two hardest attacks, Sumezome and RB, are not boring to practice. But her fight as a whole is very boring to practice. Ooh, that was... yeah. Spam is weird. Yeah, spam is really weird to practice. And there's a amount I can get better. Like, I definitely got better at spam over my time playing this game, but... So, like, Yomu, I'm not really that interested in practice. I guess maybe I could use it in the Preda because of how much because I choked Preda twice at this point. But Yomu doesn't have much more practice, I feel. I feel like I have the need for much more practice on her. And Yuyuko has a little bit, but not a lot. And Alice, I'm at a point where I'll play her occasionally for practice, I feel, but I'm very happy with where my Alice has come to. It's this. This is the problem right here that I'm now facing. Because this is where, this is where everything goes to die. It's not even this non, necessarily. But Lunasa, not like, I mean, she has some other attacks that can kill you. But this non and Concerto Grosso, I need to get better. I can't just rely on myself clutching them. And I re-remembered something for Concerto Grosso. It's helping. It's very much helped over this past week. But I need to dedicate more time to it. It's just, unlike Alice, who's a lot more consistent than Lunasa, it's kind of hard to practice the Prismaverse front to end the same way I did with Alice. Especially because, like, Alice is I really like the Alice boss. The Alice boss is a very fun boss. This fight, it's a very engaging and fun first two attacks to, like, try to play well. As much as I complain about Nantu. Like, I really like Nantu. Like, it's a very challenging, fun attack to try to, like, do well. The moment you get to that spell, up until Concerto Grosso, it's... Alice's consistent attacks are fairly engaging. Those attacks are not. I also just hate spell one with a passion. Like, I just fucking hate that spell. The attacks afterwards I don't hate. They're just like, I don't want to practice them. I don't need to practice that Lyrica non and Lyrica spell. Like, you know, call me arrogant. I don't have to practice those two. This bastard's attack right here, that's a real pain in the ass. Yo, what's up, Tosu? Yuko is the longest stage 6 boss in all the Touhou games, right? It's one of the reasons why PCB is the second longest Touhou game. not being the easiest pattern. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
I hate this.
Yeah, Law K is the longest. Like, Law K is super long. PCB is very long. And then there's like, a little bit of gap with 4 of the other games. But those 2 games are noticeably longer than the others. With Law K being noticeably longer than this. It's just Law K Stage 1 is very long. And, Stage 5 exists. It's like, what if we lasted forever? Now, to be fair, I do play Rainbow A, which does have a slower time in this game, but, like, still think, yeah, I hate this. Sosaki. I should play Solo Saki after I get my LNN eventually. That's a joke, I'm not going to go to it. Why did I go up there? That was not even a free wave. Just sometimes you're just in the mood for this. It just makes no sense. Hey family, you should tell Gypsum about the time to like how long a Sakuya run is in POFV versus a Aya run in POFV. Because you are the POFV expert, who is, for whatever reason, decided to get a 1cc with all of them. The brave soul you were. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The difference between playing Aya and... Well, Aya and Medicine are both ridiculous, right? They're both really fast. And then there's poor old Sakuya. Wow, what a dodge. I'm gonna stroke my own ego on that one. Whoa! Oh, my humidifier after this. After I'm done streaming. It's so dry out there this time of the year right now. Until we get another dumping of snow coming through, it's just so dry. It's been a little better these past 2 days because it's warmed up a bit. They'll have some snow melting, but it is still very dry, especially in my room. So I've been ripping a humidifier to try and make it better, but it's still... That's too far to the right. Spirit Wheel... This game really has absurdly long spell card names, doesn't it? Like, I've gone on Yomu's case for that in the past, but, like, hot damn. This is certainly a mouthful. Got pushed in. Actually, it's just so blag with bleh. Like, wave 1 is not bad. Wave 2 is usually more than manageable. And then they really start spinning, and this is where it's just gonna get awkward. I was just looking ahead to knowing where the next curve is gonna be. Myself in too much. And I'm blinking too much. What is the translation you're referring to? Or like what's the when, where? Okay, let's go go run at Jen. Come on, Jenny, Jen. Well, the dream and fantasy are often interchangeable, so that makes sense. To that degree. Where was this translation that you saw this? Or like what was it on? Ah, Big P! Are the runs go? Well, this is the first run of the day. Practice has been going pretty good, but alas, it's practice. But this is the first run. But it has been a good day. I'm in a good mood. I wish my eyes weren't bugging me. Oh, I know I commented earlier about how I'm finally feeling like I'm happy with where I'm back after the past week and a half since I took that 3-day break of pain. But not this weekend, but next weekend I'm going to be out of town for 3 days. Fortunately, I'm prepared this time, so I'm not going to lose all my knowledge, surely. But the weekend between Christmas and New Year's, I'm going to be visiting my mother that weekend, so I will not be streaming. I don't even mind. Oh, that was plus. I don't even mind like weird and kind of off translations as long as it's consistent. Like, if you're gonna take some, like, liberties with translation, it's fine. Just make it... Like, if you're gonna do it, just make it consistent. Like, I know Fantasy Seal sometimes gets, like, questions, because, like, fantasy versus dream and stuff, right? So, like, I understand, you know, maybe it's not, like, the perfect translation, but at this point, I feel like, just gotta use Fantasy Seal just due to consistency. Consistency is sake. This isn't a translation thing, this is a pronunciation thing, but one of my favorite things to do is anytime you go to say sake, say sake, and every time you go to say sake, you say steak. Again. Yeah, Jen was a bit of a pain yesterday. Don't do the same. Very clean mid-spell she gave me. I must say, I'm impressed. Well, I don't know if I would riot, but I feel like it'd be weird. Like, I'm not saying, like, Dream Seal's, like, the improper way to say it, but, like, for those who use, you know, who speak English, it's like, that's what it's known as. Right? So it'd be weird to change that. For whatever reason. Right? Like, just be consistent. Fortunately, I don't think that'll ever happen, but, you know. I've seen crazier. I've seen humans do far more batshit things. I was wrong. You're not greedy.
Kimondoko.
I think that's one thing that bit me for a little bit of that pack recently as well. It's like, I understand the visuals for it, but I was so, like, determined just to stay to one side that it would bite me in the ass sometimes. I think dodging left and right is more important. That's also the thing, because, like, I have no, like, attachment to the term illusionary dominance, because I don't know if I've ever seen illusionary dominance. I mean, I probably have at some point, in all honesty, but... Bit of a long kill, but it's a good kill. Well, actually, the border. It's over. Ooh, that is not the way you're supposed to dodge that. Bunraku is a funny word to say. Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong to have, you know, the spells be different names on different ranks. Like, that's not what I'm commenting on. Yes, get in the corner. That's what I like to see. If she's high enough on the screen, you can get her in that right corner, which makes surviving the second wave there just a little bit more convenient. Maybe a late kill. Good damage positioning on this attack. Great damage positioning on this wave. I don't think it's going to be a late kill anymore. Oh, I was running straight for that. I stopped moving down. I don't know if I would have stopped moving down in time. Woo! Never punished. Well, have a good night, Toaster. Good seeing you. Nice. Here's one thing I'll say. I did play Scarlet Weather Rhapsody and Soku. I don't remember shit for what was named what. But I also played enough of those games to get a clear, and then that was that, so. I remember, was it like hyperactive flying sauce or something? Is an attack that Yukari uses in Immaterial and Missing Power. Pandemonium is Suika's final attack. I remember that one. I have to think deeply. There's that one spell that, like, Yukari uses against the player. I don't even remember that one. That's the notorious one. The one that made me want to commit seppuku while playing Yomu. I'm really high on key. My PM at point. I don't remember the name of that spell, and 11 told me it yesterday. Doppler effect. Yes, that's what it is. The attack that made you wonder, why is this in a fighting game? Okay, Lily White.
Lily White, come on, come on, come on. Too far down again.
I was great trying to pick up a key there. Neat. Back to the Lily whiteboard. So regardless of anything else, I got my 5 on Alice. And more importantly, we're going to cook it later. Oh, I baited a middle laser. Never been more Jover. I don't know, I didn't notice Remy being too bad into the Yukari fight as a whole. At least it's not one that stands out in memory to me. Maybe because it just wasn't simply Yomu? I don't know. I think I just felt myself enjoying her movement more. But it's been a hot minute since I played SWR. I was panicked. I mean, I did panic, but... Thank you for dying. Okay, so let me explain to you the SWR story modes. Play Patchy. That one was great. I could just spam projectiles. It was a good time. Don't play Yomu. That was miserable. Those are the two that stand out the most to me. Although, to be honest, to me, one of the biggest things that stands out in SWR is kind of a big issue I had with Imperial Missing Power. Fortunately, I never played as characters beyond Reimu and Marissa in Immaterial, so I never really had too much of a problem with this, but it's just the question of how many characters can easily hit. Why are you so far to the right? What? I'm gonna get some water. But, what was I saying? One thing that was so frustrating about most characters is how well do you hit Tenchi's final? It's the same thing with Pandemonium. How well do you actually attack that spell? I'll be back 1 second. right back. But to that talking point, why I didn't want. One of the biggest reasons I didn't want to go further with an Immaterial Missing Power, because in that game you had to you actually have to 1cc in order to get the good endings. Unlike SWR, where I can use continues and still get them. And a big problem I had was I play as Marissa. Like, Reimu, I still died on Pandemonium many times, but, like, it wasn't as bad. I literally just couldn't kill Pandemonium as Marissa. Like, I'd get to Pandemonium losing 1, maybe 2 lives, and I just couldn't win. Because I just have no method of attacking Pandemonium. Even using all my continues, I almost lost on Tenchi with at least like 1 character because of the same principle. Like, I just couldn't kill her final. I think it was Yomu, it might have been another. This is a late border. Why was that late border? Did I mess up my, I think I must have messed up my border gaining during the spell card. Have Letty's dummy stick box. Yeah, like I said, I didn't struggle, I don't think, too much with Remy, and Patchy was either the easiest or one of the easiest runs I had in that game. I don't think Patchy would have been a problem even if I had Tenchi Final. I can go back and look to it. I have the VODs on YouTube, but I almost don't want to. Those fighting games are enough for me. You know, play them once, beat through them, and say that's that. I remember the problem I had in Immaterial Missing Power was playing as Marissa was simply Pandemonium, and then there was 1 Patchy spell. Forget the Patchy spell. It wasn't the same one that she had in SWR that made me hate her so much. But there was a different one. That, like, I just couldn't beat as Marissa. And speaking of Patchy in SWR, as much as I loved playing as her, boy did I hate playing against her. She has that one attack where she creates tornadoes, and that was one of the most painful things I've had to go Like, oh, she's in her tornado attack. You can't hit her. She's invincible. Oh, you're gonna try to approach her during her off time? Guess what? She's gonna hit you. Oh, and now she's just instantly back in her tornado attack, and she's completely invincible. Classic. Red goes left, blue goes right. Oh, I have a sneeze. I gotta wrinkle my nose. Okay, it's fast. Yeah, Remy's was like very long. I remember being surprised by that one. Because I believe I was going to end on that for the night. I was like, I'll do Remy's and then that'll be the last route I do for the day. And it lasted forever. Nice and early kill. One of these days, which did the same hole again. Why am I messing that one up? Maybe the 6 stages. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are 6, right? Of course, not all of them. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are 6. Like, it's 4 different fights, and then Iku and then Tenchi is kind of the base for SWR, I believe it was. Eek! That was spooky. Eek! Okay, we look at that. I mean, haha, that was totally easy. Never in question. It's an early kill. Yeah, Suika's was very short, yep. But yeah, of course she was against a long first one, because that's just how it was. Didn't she have the super long Aya fight? Someone has a super long Aya fight that made me hate existence. I also want to say it was the starter fight. Like, the first fight was a super long Aya. But I might be smoking something. It might not be the starter, but... I'm remembering someone has had a very long Aya. As the max length Aya on stage 1. Okay, so that's what it was. So I wasn't smoking. So that was the one that made I reset so many times on. Why? Why? I remember struggling on that one. And I had to use the continue so many times. If I use the continue, I might as well just reset, because it's the first fight. And then I remember being like, oh, this is a good sign of things to come as playing as Suika. And then the rest of the fights went, I think, okay. Readed the power. Honestly, as much as I suffered with Doppler, I might be getting this wrong. I feel like I didn't suffer as much against Doppler with Yomu as like I thought I might. I'm pretty sure the Yomu problem was just everything. I'm not just talking about Yukari, I'm just talking like pain everywhere.
Yeah, use a sword fighter in a game about girls shooting bullets. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Object. That spell, or whatever the translation for it, in Immaterial and Missing Power made me hate existence. Because it was Yukari's second to last attack in Immaterial. And oh, buddy. In a game where the jumping made no logical sense and you couldn't possibly jump, just make an attack all about jumping high. Because, God forbid, you do anything else. Next death, and I'll probably just take my lumps for the day. Take my 5 Alice and move on. I just remember struggling with Yomu in literally every single facet. But specifically during spell cards. Yeah, that Suika final was actually... I think that was the reason I didn't get a 1cc with Patchy. Was that Suika fight being unholy. And, like, you, like, never touch it again, so it's like, you didn't really get to, like, practice it or anything. Like, that's one thing about Tenchi. Every other spell besides her final, I got, like, good at for the later characters. I mean, like, okay, this is how you dodge, this is how you play against it, da-da-da-da-da. Like, that Suika fight with Patchy, you know, you never fought the Suika up till then, so it's like, what? There's giant explosions, and I have no idea how the hell I'm even supposed to dodge this? I did like that Suika could throw her children at people. Well, I actually don't know if it was called Pandemonium. I just refer to it as such. Because I think her final from... It might be Pandemonium. Because I'm pretty sure her last attack in both that and... Yeah, because Night Parade is what it's called in, whatchamacallit? Shoot the Bullet. I remember being like, oh, this reminds me of Pandemonium, but it's like it was called a different name. And that was in Shoot the Bullet. But I remember it standing out to me in Immaterial Missing Power, because you show up and it's just one word, it just says Pandemonium. And that kind of stands out, especially for like a spell card, because how often do you get a spell card that's just that simple of a name? Especially like a final, right? Shoot the Bullet. That takes me back as well. Oh boy, that was a game and a half. I spent almost 1,000 attempts on Superhuman. Quite, but I almost spent 1,000. For sure, I was in the upper 900s. And Suika's missed attack also took me, what, like 2.5 hours or some shit? But don't worry, guys. There's this really difficult Kagi attack that's gonna wall you forever, and then I did first try. God forbid I do Superhuman in a timely manner. Pretty sure that was like half of that stream was just one. I think it was longer than that, in all honesty. Ooh, you caught that. Ooh, that was a weird cut. What is Kinkaku-ji? I don't know that spell by title. I don't remember many spells from by titles, in all honesty. But there was one Kaguya spell. I think it might not have been first try. I forget the specific context, but it was 0 or 1. It was like very low mount. of tries. And I remember people telling me that, like, oh, that's the attack that, like, walls most people. And I was very happy that I did, like, first or second try, I think it was. But again, I spent, like, 900-something attempts on Superhuman. That was such a sneaky dodge. I'm pretty sure it's what you're talking about. I'd have to go back and look for sure. Oh no, even though it didn't take as long, no spell in Touhou has infuriated me as much as the Satori lottery from Double Spoiler. Although Shoot the Bullet took me so much longer to beat than Double Spoiler. Nice. Lasers? Excuse me. Campaign. The campaign. Never in question. Hey, Alice. You and me in the ring. Only one survivor. A little sussy. They're showing up. That's very good. I just gotta play more patient on that though. Oh, Shoot the Bullet also had that Moko spell that took me 5 years. Hey, we're back to the seashore. Back to the part where we sit there and ask Lily White, please. Please, Lily White. Tap, tap. Part of the game right here. Guys, I didn't get that bomb. My no bomb run's invalidated. I missed one. Fingers get so sweaty at this point in the run. Come on, Unasa. Come on, myself. Too low for my taste. hate this spell, I hate this spell, I hate this spell. Never underestimate Stygian. It can and will kill you when you least expect it to. Nice. We saw on stage 5. Then my heart rate jumps. My heart rate really doesn't start going until I'm past Lunasen on 2, and then my heart rate starts to really get the better of me. That was stressful. Okay, don't mess up this part. Oh, I somehow got the double kill there. And I can make no promises, 11. Never on LNN pace, everything's lethal. Even this effect. My heart rate does not do good things to me. Very nice and generous wave you gave me there. Hey, that's Freda. Even this part's lethal. Everything's so stressful. You're not LNN pace. That's not too vertical, is it? That was a late kill. Okay, okay, okay. Everybody's favorite attack. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You should be dead. There you go. And be mindful of my border. I'm very low in border, which should be good, but I have to be mindful not to collect too much. Damn, girl. One mission to stage 6 is pretty good. Damn you, Hellgod Sword. That's such a bad hit to it too. It's like the first bullet.
Hey, it's everybody's favorite attack.
Oh, that's literally the worst possible time to die to this. Yo, I don't even want to finish this run anymore. Oh, I hate it to miss spam with a passion. That's just such a bad first hit. Like, I didn't even get to die to HGS or spam. I just kind of like... Gosh, that's gross. Yeah, I stayed in the middle too long. I didn't find my out path. It's gonna make this a pain. Yeah, for not having practiced that non today. Damn, that took goes so much longer without max speed. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Vader to move far. Oh, now I cap it when there's not a PB on the line. I see how it is. Whatever. I'll take a 4 miss. 4 miss with 3 misses to very, very reasonable misses. Pretty A-okay in my book.
Hellgod and spam.
They're going to be problems. Oh well, 4 misses, 4 miss. I was going to miss it. It was perfect up till HGS when I missed. And then I missed twice to spam. And then I died to Yuriko Knife Non as well. It was a 4 miss. It was a great run.